So, like, what is Jorge Masvidal going to do right now? Because I see him in a bad spot. Like, he's not going to beat anybody in front of him except for Michael Chiesa, but Michael Chiesa has a fight lined up, and I don't think he wants to fight Michael Chiesa just because there's no point in fighting Michael Chiesa unless you are a new fighter in the division, in the welterweight division specifically, trying to at least get your name semi-known to, like, actual, like, hardcore fans of the sport, and maybe you want, like, the easiest win in terms of getting your name out there. And then Jorge's not going to fight Gilbert Burns. He's not going to fight Colby Covington. He's not going to fight Stephen Thompson because those are all really tough fights for him. Those are really tough fights that he doesn't want. Same with Vicente Luque, let's be honest. He's on a tear right now. And underneath him, the only person with enough name value to fight Jorge Masvidal, because Jorge is, like, probably the third most popular fighter in the UFC in terms of, like, casual fans' knowledge and people who don't understand the sport that much. He's behind Conor, of course. Conor's the king of casuals, king of people who don't know the sport, which is, it's not a problem. He brings new eyes to the sport. I think that's great. I think it's what the sport needs right now, and that's why it's grown so much since Conor has gotten into the UFC. And then there's Nate Diaz, and then Jorge Masvidal. And so back to the welterweight division, like, there's the only person underneath Jorge with enough name value to make him fight him for it to be a good fight for him is Khamzat Chimaev, and he would get destroyed by him, and it would ruin Jorge's brand image because it just would destroy him. It would make him look, Khamzat would make him look really bad. He'd just drag him to the floor, and then it would be game over, probably within the first round. Even though it would be a cool test for Khamzat because he's never really been tested that hard. He's never been tested a ton. Not at all. He's only been hit twice. But Jorge, again, there's no one underneath him for him to fight. Like, Bilal Muhammad, after Khamzat, Bilal Muhammad is the only guy with, like, somewhat of a name value, and it's really only to hardcore fans. He's only known by hardcore fans. And there's no point for him to fight Bilal Muhammad. Bilal is actually, like, a tough fight in the welterweight division, especially for where he's ranked at. He's ranked at, like, 10 right now, and Jorge, I think, is at 7. Jorge's at 7, yeah. And so that'd be, like, difficult. He's undervalued. Bilal's undervalued. Bilal is undervalued, and Jorge is overvalued. And I don't know what his next step is. Like, honestly, his best bet is to probably wait a year get through his injury because he just dropped out of that fight versus Leon. I think his best bet is to wait a year and then, like, just reevaluate the welterweight division and see which fight he needs to take. But a cool route would be for him to defend his BMF versus somebody. Nate Diaz needs a fight. He has one fight left on his contract. Maybe the UFC puts them two together and makes another super popular fight. I mean, that fight would sell. The BMF belt was made for one of them to gain a ton of popularity. That's why the UFC had The Rock there, who doesn't care about UFC. He just got his name out there through the UFC, and that's what branding is. That's what making people money is. That's what getting these guys popular in the entertainment industry is about. And at the end of the day, the UFC is about fight promotion and promoting these fighters into people who can draw fans in, even if they don't have, like, a championship level skill set, like Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, Conor, now that he's lost to Poirier twice. So maybe Jorge could defend his BMF belt against Nate Diaz or somebody else with some name value, and the only way he would do that is have somebody drop from 185 pounds, the middleweight division, or come up from the 155 pound, which is the lightweight division. That would be cool to see, but that's such a long shot. But hey, you never know with the UFC. The whole sport is wild in itself. Anybody can win any fight, and crazy things can happen that not a single person can predict or expect. So we're going to see, but right now, Jorge's in a bad spot, and I don't even know how he's going to fix it or, like, get himself out of it. I don't know what the UFC would do about it either. But let me know what you guys think, and, we'll go from there.